Everyone likes gaming. Everyone likes to play games. Like, I love developing them as well because it's like a new experience for me. Every time I'm scripting something new or an animation or something, it's just so nice for me to do it.
So whenever an idea comes to my mind, I start researching and thinking about it for a few days. And when I'm sure, then I start making the game itself.
So since I started creating games, I made over $4,000. And I didn't know anything about the industry when I started. Let's see, I think my first game was like a ping pong game that I made actually in Tim Hortons, and it just started growing from that. I know that a lot of people that started in this field didn't really get far because they didn't get enough. Basically, they didn't get enough attention, and I don't know. I guess they just got lucky. It's like a monopoly, you know.
Indie game developers are people who make video games without contract with publishers or anyone. Usually with their own money or using sites like Kickstarter or Indiegogo to raise money for their projects. The main difference between indie game developers and game studios is the goal each of them has. Game studios want to make high-polished games with ideas and techniques that worked before, so they can satisfy big range of players and sell millions of copies of their games. Therefore, game studios don't take the risk to try ideas that have never been tested before. That's the reason most of games in the market look like each other. But indie game developers don't have any loyalty to publishers, so they can freely use whatever they want in their games. Braid, Minecraft, that Microsoft has bought it for around $2.5 billion. Machinarium, Limbo, they're all the result of the freedom that indie game developers have. And if they can sell their games on Steam, Xbox Live or PSN, they will have a really good revenue. And when we are talking about really good revenue, we are talking about millions of dollars. Maybe it doesn't count much for teams of 200 people, but for teams of 2 or 3 people, it's a significant money.
So I first started to learn how to develop, and when I was 14, I basically downloaded video games like Flash video games from the internet, and I tweaked it around in Java if they were Java video games. And when I got into high school, I started to basically take a few courses in gaming development, like learning how to script in Porno, learning how to script in tuning, stuff like that. It literally helped me a lot. And when I first created my very first video game, it was called Planets of Nature. It was basically this man going in a spaceship to the planet, but like suddenly getting attacked by aliens. It wasn't really successful, because it was probably my first game, but it got me a lot of fans that sent me emails and stuff saying that they really liked it. And also, so after getting really good at developing by taking courses in school and stuff, I started developing my own game, my very second game, which was Zombies Love Shotgun. So although the textures in the game are not high quality, they still represent a kind of simulation of how zombies move and how we expect them to behave. And then as you progress, you level up, you get a lot of different stuff in the game, you get access to a lot of different ammunitions, upgrades for your shotgun, you save people. It's kind of a survival role-play gaming rather than just survival.
I started coding when I was 11 years old. My uncle actually showed me some code, and I really got interested in what's going on, because I really found it interesting to know what happens inside computers. So I started programming Java, and I learned Java. I started learning algorithms then, and I started just getting better at programming. And then I started developing video games, and I really found out that that's the thing for me. I really enjoyed it a lot more than anything I'd done before with computers, and yeah, so when I was 13 or 14 years old, I actually developed a little game in Java, and like using only Java, I developed a stick figure soccer game, which was it was pretty interesting. Like I showed it to my friends and my family, and they were all like, "Oh, this is really amazing." Like it wasn't really amazing, but as a first work, what people said about it really motivated me to continue doing this and to try to get successful at it.
So in Lowlight, we play as a source of life in a universe that there is no other sources, so we can actually see ourselves in a screen. We should find ourselves by looking at obstacles, shadows, the direction and the size of the shadows actually. So it's kind of hard, but the idea is kind of interesting. So in Gerdi, I just wanted to examine myself in making games for phones. I had a simple idea and I wanted to keep it simple. So I tried a simple graphic, simple gameplay and everything.
It started from lower speed.
Oh, it moves opposite. Okay.
This is so cool.
Faster. Oh my god.
Okay, faster. What? Oh, I died.
41.
This is not working. This is not cool. Like, come on.
I might go through a lot of my time. I might get a lot of negative feedback on it. I might lose my motivation to do anything. I might not be able to even afford buying new things. Because on my own, I can only develop and script, but I need an animator, I need like a texture map, I need a lot of different things, and those things require money, and sometimes I run out of money and I can't pay for it anymore. And it just hurts because the project is there, you have everything you need, you just need a few more things and you need to buy them. And you're not able to buy them because no one has ever paid you for what you've done.
The most successful game I've made was a game I developed with a friend about 3 or 4 months ago. And it was actually a quiz game for mobile platforms like Android and iOS. And you basically had to choose a topic to get quizzed on, and you'd face random opponents all over the world, or like you could even play your friends. And it was a really interesting game, and it got a lot of hype. And most of the revenue I made from being an indie game designer has been from that game, from ad revenue obviously. And it was a really great experience. I enjoy developing really smart games that have a spark of creativity in them, instead of games that are just really just big like Counter-Strike, Call of Duty, FIFA, stuff like that. And like all over the world, these type of games, like these indie games that are really creative, like simple to the point, but really creative and fun to play. Those games are actually starting to become a lot more successful in the world and within video gamers, and that is leading to a lot more people starting to become indie game developers, and that's really good for the indie game developing industry, and also the whole gaming industry, because these type of games are games that take a lot less time and energy to develop, but can be as successful, even more successful than games made by companies like EA or Ubisoft.